the reason I'm here today, the reason I'm here and I ditched my wife and my kids this morning is for you guys not just to listen, but to take notes and to actually do something with it. All A players have 6 common denominators. You guys understand what an A player is?
Yep.
And just like if I ask you to rate something 1 to 10, if you ever use 7, I will slap you in the mouth. So there are no B players. You're either an A player or a C player. Does that make sense? Okay. So A players all have these 6 common denominators. You guys know what a common denominator is? Something in common. Yes.
Genius.
So that would mean that all A players share these traits. Some? No, all. 1, they have a scoreboard that tells them if they are winning or losing and what needs to be done to change their performance. They will not play if they can't see the scoreboard. Right? We have multiple scoreboards here. We've dumbed it all the way down to you have your own literal, we call it scoreboard, right? Scoreboard, okay? And then your scoreboard should be how many appointments did I hold? How many pendings do I have? How many closings have I had? How much money did I make? How much money did I keep? How much did I sleep? How much did I work out, right? These are all scoreboards. That's why I like my little fancy Apple Watch. I can pull up 2024 and see all the days I didn't work out. Do I like to see the days I didn't work out? No, because I'm an A player. Makes sense? I can see it and I know what needs to be adjusted. So A players have a scoreboard. I'm gonna write this down. Number 2, A players have a high internal emotional need to succeed. They do not need to be externally motivated or begged to do their job. They want to succeed because it is who they are. Winners. People often ask me how I motivate my employees. My response is, I hire them. Motivation is for amateurs. Pros never need motivation. Inspiration is another story. Instead of trying to design a pep talk to motivate your people, why not create a challenge for them? A players love being tested and challenged. That's why we do the challenges that we do. It's an open house challenge. It's a dial challenge, right? Because that's what inspires A players. I shouldn't have to beg you to do your job, right? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Please, Madeline, please do your job. It's like, no, dude, you got hired. So the reason I'm here today, the reason I'm here and I ditched my wife and my kids this morning is for you guys not just to listen, but to take notes and to actually do something with it. I will not continue to do these if I'm just like a underpaid clown, if you will. This is not entertainment. These are life lessons for you guys that if you actually implement and if you do something with this, it will change your life. It will change your business. And if you do nothing with it, I will figure it out as I have figured it out, and I will not do this anymore. Does that make sense? If I show up for you, I'm not getting paid for this, and those that aren't closing deals, you're not paying me either. Make no mistake. This is for you guys to make money so we can all make money. And if you're not willing to actually change and to do the things that I'm telling you to do, I'm wasting my breath. This is not for my edification. I already know all this stuff and I live this stuff. This is for you guys to see what winning looks like and to take your lives and your businesses to the next level, right? Like last week, I talked quite a bit about doing hard things physically because there's a connection, right? The knee bone's connected to the thigh bone, just like your physical body is very much connected to your emotional body and your ability to have stamina physically and have stamina mentally. There are days that I am drained because I sat at my desk and I worked for 10 hours straight. Now my stamina will increase as my physical body is healthy. Okay, this is all tied together. I'm not telling you guys to go wake up at 4 a.m. and go work out is like a challenge. It's what you need to do, right? You have to discipline your body in order to discipline your mind. And both of them will do exactly what you tell them to do. 3, A players love to be measured and held accountable for their results. Like the straight A classmate in your high school geometry class, an A player can hardly wait for report card day. C players dread report card day because they were reminded of how average or deficient they are. To an A player, a report card with a B or a C is devastating, and a call for a renewed commitment and remedial actions. A players like accountability. They like a scorecard. Why do they like a scorecard?
Because they're always on top.
Because they're always on top. Okay. Why else do they like a scorecard? If you are an A player, tell me why you want a scorecard.
Because you want to know if there's anything between you and being the absolute best. If you truly are highly internally motivated, then I have to know. Like, if I don't want to go around thinking I'm at the top if I'm not at the top. I need to know that I'm actually at the top.
And to be always improving.
Mm-hmm.
I can always be 1% better than I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gives you, right? Where am I? In what remedial action can I take to get to where I need to go? Now let's define remedial action. Anyone have any idea of what you think remedial action would be?
Reparative intervention.
Reparative intervention. Big word with a big word. How about shit I need to do differently? Remedy, right? Remedy. What's a remedy?
Solution.
A solution, right? A remedy is a fix, right? If I cut my finger, I can remedy it with a Band-Aid. So remedial action would be action to fix a problem. If I have tiny biceps, my remedial action is going to be getting some sick curls and eating some chicken legs for breakfast. Yeah. I have no remedial action for my tiny calves. However, they are beyond repair. So number 4. They've got the technical chops to do the job. This is not their first rodeo. They have been there, done that, and they are technically very good at what they do. I teach technical chops here pretty much every day. It's available for those that want it. But the reality is you need to look at your life, okay? Have I been successful in the past? That's what we look for, because technical chops can be taught pretty easily. But if you have never actually done anything, that should be a concern that maybe you lack 1, 2, and 3 and you're not an A player, right? Now, do you think A players can be changed? Like, you think you can go from a C to an A? Is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that means you can change, but you need the technical chops to do the job. And if you don't have the technical chops, you need to learn them. If you don't know how to use SkySlope, Google how to use SkySlope and watch some YouTube videos on it. EXP has a shitload of training available. Too much training. There's so much available, but you have to have the motivation and the internal need to succeed. If I see something I'm not good at, I'm going to find help. And there is 24/7 help available via the interwebs. Okay, so if you don't have the technical chops, very easy to get them. If you don't understand the sales agreement in the addenda, read them. That's all you got to do is read them. Actually read them. Don't skim them. Don't skip words. Read them out loud, word for word, and you will understand it because it's written for a 7th grader to understand. Number 5, they are humble enough to ask for coaching. Now here's the 3 questions you guys need to write down. Number 1, what else can I do? 2, where can I get better? And number 3, where do I need to learn so that I continue to grow? I did my 100 dials. What else can I do? Where can I get better? What do I need to learn in order to continue to grow? Right? Do I need to learn commercial? Do I need to know more about lending? Do I need to concentrate on learning the areas of grants pass? Do I need to understand sub-2 financing, owner financing, commercial leasing, and what do I need to learn? What do I want to learn? Right? Anyone open to learning?
Yes.
Jason says yes. Anyone else open to learning?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
3 Nisha raised their hands.
I love that. If you have someone on your team asking all 3 of these questions, you have an A player in the making. If you agree these questions would fundamentally change the game for your team, why not enroll them in asking these questions? Hint, hint, write them down But watch out, we do deal of the day, we do pitch, and you got to know what today makes a win. Now you got to remember to ask some questions. What else can I do, boss? Where can I get better? Where do I need to learn so I can continue to grow? And last but not least, A players see opportunities. C players see only problems. Every situation is asking a very simple question. Do you want me to be a problem or an opportunity? It's your choice. You know the job has outgrown the person when all you hear are problems. The cost of bad employees is never the salary. So do you see problems or do you see opportunities? You guys have heard me say, what an opportunity. Because it really is, problems are opportunities. So the last thing is number 6, A players see problems as opportunities. Jason's seen it. We've had some pretty heinous individuals that I get to deal with as the boss, and they're not so heinous because I go into, okay, so-and-so is freaking out, right? They want to cancel the listing or they want to fire their agent, whatever it is. They want their earnest money back. And I've flipped more often than not those deals around to still be positive for the team, to save an agent their commission. Honestly, like if you see a problem as an opportunity, it changes everything. I'll add number 7, everything is your fault. A players, everything is their fault. Everything. If you got rear-ended on the way to work today, it's your fault because you got in your car, right? Because if you make it, everything's not my fault, that's a victim. And victims are helpless, right? Save me. That's what a victim is. No, it's like, hey, F this, I gotta get out of here. Like, there's a flood, homie's gonna swim. I'm not gonna wait for someone to rescue me, right? So seeing problems as opportunities allows you to remove the victim mindset. The leads are bad, the market's bad, the stock market's crashing, no one wants to buy a house. No, hey, it's my fault the stock market crashed. I take full responsibility for that. Real estate don't crash like that. So why don't we swap around whatever money you have left, pull your shekels out, and I'll go take responsibility and find you a really good deal, right? Like, we've got to take responsibility for our actions, and everything is our fault. Everything. Your wife leaves you, it's your fault you married her, right? And it probably is your fault because it's always our fault. I got questions. And number 1, A players love a scoreboard so they can see where they're winning, and it gives them an opportunity to take remedial action on anywhere that they're not winning. Okay, so the opposite is a C player does not like a scoreboard. A C player does not want to know how they're doing, right? Because they kind of already know. C players are not needing to succeed. C players do not have an internal motivation to succeed. They wake up and they want to go back to bed. C players do not like accountability. C players would rather you not know what they did yesterday. A C player does not have the technical chops to do the job. They can't fill out the paperwork properly. A C player is too cocky to ask for help, right? A C player does not ask for coaching. And a C player sees problems as problems. So figure out which one you are. And if you want to change, ask for help.